Buying a house is a horrible investment. Don't do it as an investment, right? It's not something that you should be looking at like, I have to make money on this. No,
Yeah.
no, 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 no. You should be buying a house for a place to be your home. All right. And there's value there. If you put value on a vacation, then why wouldn't you put value in use on a home? All right. So if you buy a house for $200,000, right, and I live there for 5 years, and I sell that house for $190,000, oh my God, the price went down. I lost $10,000, right? Well, you lived there, right? There was value in the fact that you owned your property. There was value in the fact that you got to make your own personal choices on your land, right? There was value in the fact that you had that place to build your memories, with your family. And so if you put value to anything in terms of experiences, right? Because people put value to going out to a nice restaurant. People put value to going out on vacation, to experiences and doing things. Your home where you live in is your life experience. Come on, that's the biggest experience you're going to have, is where you live in, right?
Yep.
There's value to that.
And who's making the most money off the houses? The next generation. So when the house gets passed down and, the parent, you pass away as a parent, you pass this down to your kid. They're the ones that will benefit from it. And if they stay in it and they pass it down, that's where you really get more value. And that's where the real money is. But I do have to say hi to Joe. He just closed on a house, new happy homeowner. So excited for him and his family. Thank you for your service. He was an amazing buyer. But all right, I had to say that. I saw his face. I saw him pop up there.
Awesome. Yes, there's value in the thing that you do. Now, real estate. Now, even though I say real estate is a horrible investment, you should not look at it as an investment. Okay, you should be looking at it as your place that you're living. Right now, yes, you can use real estate as investment to buy investment properties. But we were talking about residential homes that you're living in, right? You should not be looking at as your investment. Now, yes, you can make money on a house, right? And real estate is still, even though, again, don't look at it as an investment, it is still the number one way that families build wealth over time.
Yes.
All right. And the reason that is, if you're not focused on the price that you bought it for and the price that you sell it for, forget that. Right. And you look at the fact that if you didn't own a property, you'd be paying rent. Right. So you're paying rent somewhere and you're paying someone else's mortgage. So it's not like you're not paying a mortgage at that point. Yep. And then you live there for 30 years or however long it's going to be, and you go to move, you don't have any asset that you've built up. Yes, you had value in the fact that you had a place to live, right? But you didn't get anything in return. Whereas your home that you're buying, you're putting that money into it. Yes, there's costs involved, but if you live there through the life of that loan and then you go to sell it, even if you sell it at a loss, there's still more value there than there would have been in renting for 30 years, right? And then there's still, value and actually huge value, which is, I can't even stress how much more valuable this is when you do see those situations where the family's lucky enough to be able to pass that property down, because now that next generation has that property, right, where they can, again, get that same value out of it. And if that's been paid off, that's even huge, right? That puts that family in a huge financial position in order to continue to build wealth for the next generation beyond that. And again, that's how real estate becomes the number one way that families build wealth. They're not saying individuals, they're saying families. This is that generational type thing. And then that next family, they hold on to that. They have more money to invest into other things, and again, continue to build. Or maybe they sell that house to then get the next bigger house, right? And then that gets paid off with that generation. It gets passed down, and then eventually goes on. Or the money needs to be available for a nursing home.
Oh God, so, Maria, if your kids ever put you in a nursing home, I'm gonna take you.
But you know what? She does make a very good point, though. This is really important too, because there's value there, right? So now you have this tool that not only you utilize to grade your family, to live there, build your memories, but now you can use that to help for things like a nursing home, right? To help with longer term, end of life care or something like that. There's all sorts of things you can then utilize the property for. Don't think of it as an investment. What am I buying for? What am I selling it for? Forget
It's
that.
very
Right?
narrow-minded when you think that way. When
Yeah.
you're trying to make the quick buck off of it. I mean, of course, if you can do it, but I mean, that is not overall how real estate works and how you really
Yeah.
build wealth.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of sellers right now that are making that money
Yeah,
right
totally.
now. Yeah, which is great. And that's a huge bonus. But if you do end up in a position in the future where you're selling, and it's for the similar or even less what you bought it for, remember that you had value there. There was still value. Okay. Always important to remember there.